Hello and welcome to episode 332, the last of 2025. Welcome to our last episode for the year. Steve, how are you?
Oh yeah, it's fucking hell. it's been one. Oh god damn it. Yeah, usual.
Yeah, alright, cool.
How's you?
Usual. I'm on
'Cause
leave, which is nice, so that's good.
Yeah, me too. Well,
So-
mine's just started, but
So,
the people didn't see your the efforts of trying to fucking set buttons and shit up.
yes, so I've
sitting
made
here
a
feeling
bunch
quite
of
bad.
I've made a bunch of changes to our site over the last couple of days. Most of them worked okay for the most part. Had a few issues overnight and this morning, but all solved. And I thought I'd make some changes to vMix, which is what we use to record our podcast. So all of this is now slightly... It doesn't look any much different, really. See, this thing here...
Yeah, like you say that, and I'm looking at it going, yeah, sure.
The title is a bit different. It's now much easier for me to do the title stuff, so that was why I did it. But also, I'm redid my Stream Deck for the vMix stuff and all the fucking hot
everything took a shit at the moment of
everything decided not to work, even though I played with it the other day and I'm pretty sure it was working when I did it. But anyway, so it's all good. We are last one of the year. You'll hear from us again end of January, date to be determined, where we will do our game of the year for 2025. Format yet to be determined, but we're working on that.
That's a fucking interesting question. Like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, so we'll figure something out. And we'll also be having stuff between now and then on the YouTube channel, but we'll get to that at the end of the show. Until then, Steve, let's do your games.
Okay, so you saw the list last night, and you were like, you didn't say it, but the way you typed the number was like, what the fuck? So
it has been 4 weeks, so it's understandable why you've got so many.
So there's that, and also in the lead up to Game of the Year, I've started a bunch of shit, and then it's just gotten to the point of, nope, fuck this, bail, move on to the next thing. Because, and the other part, when I type my notes out, there's like nearly 4,500 words. So that's another thing as well. So I am making a game time decision of, I'm not going to go through the notes I've written, at least at this stage. It might be something, if people are curious, I can discuss it more on the streams I do. Whether I do it on Saturday. By the time you hear this, I will have already done the Saturday stream. I'm trying to get days mixed up, like sorted in my head. It's not working. Anyway,
we're also recording a day earlier than normal as well.
And about 3 hours before I do the Saturday version.
Yeah.
So the T-shirt will be the same 2 days, but in 2 days.
Yeah.
But I'm not just being a scumbag. Well, anyway, so Strange Antiquities. I played it for a few hours. It's the follow-up to Strange Horticulture.
Yes.
For reasons that I'm not going to get into here because it'll take me too fucking long. It bummed me out.
You liked the first one, didn't you, from memory?
I fucking really liked the first one. I thought.
Yeah, so this is the fact.
The first one was fantastic. They overcomplicated the fuck out of this one.
Yeah, okay.
It's the first game, but more.
Mm-hmm.
Including more sources for trying to identify things, and it just ends up creating it as a huge clusterfuck. Like my issues with the Darkest Files, where, I think I know. Oh, fuck, I was wrong. Why was I wrong? And that happened a lot, so I'm like, peace. Moving on. The Rogue Prince of Persia. This one I'm going to talk about a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I have finished it, which is why it says 0 hours in the last 2 weeks. So I've finished it to the extent that you can finish one of these. I finished the narrative. I beat the boss, and I got the achievement that was like, yay, you did the thing. And I've gotten all the achievements I'm going to get, which there's fucking 74 of them. And I've got 49. There we go. The rest of the achievements are just grind. So I don't really feel like doing that. I've said it every time we've talked about this, it has maintained. It looks amazing, particularly when you see it in motion. Like, it's really well animated, like in stills, but it's seeing the fluidity in motion that really drives it home as to how good it looks. The sound works solid. It's a bit repetitive, but it is what it is. It's written pretty well. Normally, the prince is incredibly arrogant and cocky and kind of an asshole. Here, they give him a bit of sympathy, make him a bit more well-rounded, and have a bit of a layer of solemnity and pathos to him that they don't normally do, because you get more of a sort of background, or they're doing more holistically with him. It's not just take Prince, drop him into the middle of a fucking story, and hey, go. The platforming in combat, still very, very good. It's still really enjoyable. Like I've said it before, it is the smidge of derivative of Dead Cells. But given, again, the developer, that Evil Empire are the current developers of Dead Cells, that's not a surprise either. It's great. Moving on. My game list is a bit out of order now because of Hades 2. I've fallen off of hard.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I hit the point of diminishing returns where the repetition that was going on, plus the foreseen repetition, knowing what Hades 1 was, like having to beat the end boss of Hades 10 times to get the full story. I have 90 odd hours in the first Hades. So I've been thinking a little bit about, it's not just the repetition, I think, that's led me to bounce off 2. The repetition doesn't hurt or doesn't help. But when you think about how diminishing returns in strength of Hades 2 compared to Hades 1, it's not as impressive. And when Hades 1 came out, there wasn't anywhere near the volume of games that were worth playing around it. It was a pretty easy choice for Game of the Year that year. And it was pretty easy to put 90 to 100 hours in it, because it wasn't something where I'm like, I want to play this, and this. Hades 2 doesn't have that luxury. Because there are at least fucking 8 other games I want to get through before we do Game of the Year.
And there's also the other games in this genre that are around as well that are maybe not necessarily as polished as this one is, but they're going to be different from the fact they're different from Hades, even though they're the same type of game.
And there is just a lot to this as well. I think almost in order to finish this properly, you are quite possibly looking at maybe way more time. And I don't want to put that time in. Like,
I've actually bought this game not to play, just for the soundtrack.
It's another Supergiant game with Darren Korb doing Darren Korb things.
Absolutely. But
I'm not going to sit here and
I have no interest in playing the game really. I'll play it a little bit, but I don't plan to play it that much.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a bad game. I don't think that's the case.
It's not a bad game at all. Just that
I think the unfortunate part about doing a second entry and expanding it as hard as they have, and then releasing it in this year, is that the inherent repetition of the form and what they're trying to do ends up getting in the way. Or not necessarily getting in the way, but makes it way more of a checkpoint of, oh, that's what we're doing? Okay, cool, I'm doing this. I can play possibly 4 or 5 games that in the time it'd take me to play through this. Which is a bummer, but it's the nature of things. Like, it's well written. It looks fucking fantastic. The combat is very, very good still. But when I think, I've got 10 hours in it already, when I think about how much more time I would have to put in to get the most out of it and to be able to speak to it the best, I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to. Moving on. This one's kind of a bummer. Escape from Duckov. I really, really enjoyed the demo. And thought conceptually it was neat. But holy fuck, when you play it for more than, the demo was, I played it for about half an hour. And I was like, this is great. I'm going to play more of it. And because of the nature of what it is, it's a single-player extraction shooter, and that, again, the repetition, but also, it's an extraction shooter, so when you die, you lose fucking everything. It gives you the ability to go back and get it. Yeah, I mean, look, it's fine, but it's not... I mean, it's a neat concept, and they took the joke way past the point of where you think that you could take a joke of Escape from Tarkov, but you make them ducks. But nah. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is fucking fantastic. Even though it says 0 playtime in the last 2 weeks, 0 hours, that's because I finished it. It is, I think, it works incredibly well in those short bursts, like a couple of levels at a time, maybe 2, 3 levels at a time is like the perfect sort of chunking for it. And that held true to the end. Fucking hell, it ramps up at some spots because, of course, it does. It's a Ninja Gaiden game. Why wouldn't it? There were a couple of moments that were borderline fucking infuriating.
In other words, it's a Ninja Gaiden game.
Not to the extent that Koei Tecmo or Itagaki was pushing these things back in the day, even with the 3D Ninja Gaidens. Once you figure it out, though, they're absolutely doable and really satisfying to do. So the only thing really that I haven't done is going through getting S ranks on levels and stuff like that. And while I'm sure there's maniacs online that have done that, and there's plenty of guides to do so, like I had times where I would get very, very close, and I think I maybe got one. And there is that certain je ne sais quoi of, yo, I did it! Fuck yeah! I'm not doing that again. Because I went through and killed every enemy in the level, found every secret, did everything in the level, finished all the challenges, all that stuff, and I came out with a very, very high A grade. So either I have to do it faster or what? I don't know, so I'm not going to do it. There are abilities and items that require certain grades to unlock, but they're more than attainable. It's like D or C grade sometimes.
Okay.
And they're super attainable. It's very, very good. It is a really good one of those. On par with another game I'm going to talk about soon, just in different ways. Keeper! It's fucking beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Sort of that mix of painterly and sort of surreal polygonal aesthetics. It makes no fucking sense what's going on narratively. A bird's friends lose him, and he attaches to a walking lighthouse.
Yeah, that's basically it.
What drugs are the? What drugs is Tim fucking? What his name?
Yeah.
What's the different done for Tim? What's his fuck? I've forgotten.
Schaefer.
Tim. Well, I mean, he didn't even really make this either, but it's really neat and interesting experience. The puzzles are mostly doable, and they don't feel like I'm bashing my head against the wall. There was an unexpected sense of variety to it as well. I thought it was just going to be constant walking with the lighthouse, but the way in which the little lamp ends up in different forms makes that really intriguing to continue with the whole way through. And I think the way that Double Fine were able to make a lighthouse genuinely emote was really, really fascinating. It didn't necessarily feel melodramatic or unearned, which I think is a feather in their cap. And this really should be much like, this should be like Double Fine's Pentiment or seen in that sort of like pantheon. Because it's that smaller experience. It's more of a risk than traditional sort of large development teams really go for, particularly in this risk-averse industry, or the extent to which the industry is risk-averse. But fuck me, they did something really quite unique and interesting here. We'll see if if they're able to maintain that, or if people give them that props. We'll see. Dying Light the Beast, I have played through and finished in the space of another game I've finished in the last 4 weeks. It sets up as a continuation, or it's a culmination of the 3 Dying Light games before it. The first one, the DLC, the following, and Dying Light 2. There's links to all 3.
Okay.
The links to Dying Light 2 were more guesswork for me because I only got maybe 10 hours in when I was playing on stream.
That's right. Yep.
But they're there. I have a problem with their maths because, like, in the following, Kyle Crane starts mutating and gets captured. That happened in 2016. Yet they talk about him being in captivity for 14 years.
Okay.
And I'm like, maths isn't mathsing there. What the fuck? I did have a couple of really fucking frustrating moments with it, like in ways that I don't remember from previous Dying Light games. Like there was one where you get active landing, where you press the crouch button as you land and it does a parkour roll.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do it from too high, you just flop and die.
Okay.
And as an ultimate fuck you, when it does that, it then shows you a tooltip on the loading screen. Remember to use active landing. Like, you fucking motherfucker. I tried doing it, like, tried experimenting with it like 10 times, jumping off a tower to see if because I could walk off and roll. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing the timing wrong.
Yeah.
Jumped, and then I looked it up, and they're like, yeah, no, there's a limit to how high, but it doesn't actually mention that anywhere in the fucking game. That's good of them. And there's a sort of cable management, for lack of a better term, system where you're taking power cables and linking them up or solving puzzles to unlock towers to be able to power them up. Some of those puzzles are fucked because it's like there's certain elements it wants you to activate. Like there was one where I got like a meter away from it, but I couldn't just jam it in.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, ugh! But sometimes the physics on the cable, it'd just get held up in the weirdest, dumbest ways, and you'd be swinging there going, shit.
It's stuck on some building way back, yeah.
Or when you're in a cave full of volatiles, which is what happened when I did a side mission of this on video, which is up on YouTube. It happened a couple times, motherfuckers. Yeah. Other than that, I feel like it's a really good continuation of the Dying Light formula, of the Dying Light series. Like, they made the right decision in keeping it a smaller environment. Like, I ended up hitting just shy of 36 hours, where Dying Light 2, I think, was about 90 to 100 to finish it properly. But, like, the story is good enough to propel you. It's pretty boilerplate. Have you seen or read or observed or participated in any zombie fiction in the last 25 years? That's the story here. I'm not going to spoil anything, but whatever. I think Dying Light 2 sort of stretched it way too far. Techland were trying to open world the fuck out of it, where they still open world this, but in a really sort of much more constrained space.
Yeah, it sounds like Assassin's Creed Mirage was this equivalent of this. Like, it's a smaller, same game, same mechanics, same everything, smaller scale, smaller story, more self-contained, therefore short amount of time you're playing it for, but it's just as enjoyable. So yeah.
And as someone who put 40 hours into Assassin's Creed Shadows this year, and ended up falling the fuck off and didn't even get halfway through the landmass, let alone the fucking story.
Yep.
Yes, I can tell you. The campaign, the actual like moment-to-moment and quest elements of the campaign, the side quests, all that stuff, the combat, the exploration, really make this worthwhile. There are some real fuck you moments and really frustrating elements to it, but those three things like make it worthwhile to keep going. I really enjoyed it. Void Miner, I'm going to talk about this real quick, despite I've got, holy fuck, what the I tried looking at these notes on Friday night after I did the stream. I was like, maybe I can streamline some of this. And my streamlining did not go very stream. So Void Miner is a game I played a demo of on Friday Night Fun. It is basically what it seems like. You are a little spaceship. You auto shoot basically everything, asteroids and enemy spaceships. Not enemy starship, that's me. And you pick up the rocks. You have a certain amount of time to do it in, or you have health where if you die, the run ends. When I played the demo, I was freaking the fuck out. I'm like, oh fuck, this is going to come out. I'm going to put dozens of hours into this, aren't I? No, because people on the video can see it's 3.1 hours was my time overall, and I got all the achievements. So I finished it. It also comes in a bundle on Steam with Astro Prospector, which is the coffee, the mining game where you're mining asteroids for coffee in space. But basically the exact same thing is here. The only weird thing is that I think there might be some sort of memory leak or something in it, because after a while, and it's not even when there's a massive number of enemies or asteroids on screen, it fucking bogs down and runs like an absolute dog.
Okay.
particularly for the relatively simplistic art style. I don't know what's wrong with it. And obviously I finished it, so I haven't gone back to it. But it is one of the few times I've broken my rule on not playing a game that close to release. And again, it's that motherfucker. But I think it's really neat if you like those sort of mining, auto shooting, survival / mining games like Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, which is not on this list, but it got a patch and I played more of it. It's all right. And now I'm scared about losing all my holidays to it, but whatever. Void Mine is neat. And if you can get it in that bundle with Astro Prospector, do that instead, because it's both of those games are fucking great. Ball Pit. A game that one Michael Jeffcott has played quite a significant amount of. It's 80% auto ask game, but breakout / Arkanoid, and about 20% city management, for lack of a better term. And I was going to try and click on one of the screenshots on this screen, which wouldn't have worked because this I'm on fucking fire. So this is the city, for lack of a better term, the city management part. You put different buildings in to get access to different characters. There's resources you get, and some other buildings help increase different abilities. And then this is the breakout / Arkanoid shit, but it's auto shooting. You shoot balls, they bounce, they kill enemies, and then you hope for the best. But the balls don't shoot again until you get them back. So if you've ever played breakout / Arkanoid, you know that trying to get it up to the top row and let it go nuts bouncing. A, super satisfying. And B, the best way to do it. Yeah, not so much here, because if the enemies or these different structures get down to the bottom of the screen, you start taking damage and they hit pretty fucking hard. It is one of those. It is hell of a roguish. You are getting meta upgrades to do better. Because I'm a dipshit, I tried to, every time I unlocked a new character, I went back to complete the previous levels, because it shows little ticks next to the little character portraits on the level select.
Okay.
And of course, I'm like, I gotta get them. There is an achievement for finishing the first level with 10 characters. So it wasn't for no reason. But yeah, this thing's neat, but I haven't really stuck with it, at least recently, because again, it's just that the sheer time sink of it. Once you break away from it, it's break out. Fuck! That would have, damn it. It's neat. Moving on. I have a lot to say about this, or a lot written about this. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to bog this fucking thing down. Q-Up has some fantastic writing. It's a fake esport, and it sort of is based off that, of coin flipping. It's an idle game where there's fuck all gameplay. I fell the fuck off because of how little gameplay there actually was, and I got bored. I could say way more about it, unless you have any questions.
You've gone a bit too light on information in this one. So what are you doing moment to moment? Just doing, is there a screenshot that shows you what you're doing?
Okay, so this is the main menu.
Okay. Oh, shit,
right? It purports itself as the future of esports as a multiplayer coin flipping game.
Okay.
It's it. So there's that. That's the screen that shows up when you load into a match. So it's basically a hero shooter, but for coin flipping.
Okay.
And you click queue up. It loads with this screen into a match. It's not actual multiplayer. It's a fake multiplayer. And you watch the flips happen, and then you watch the points go ding, 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 based on shit you have.
Is the very last screen the coin flipping stuff? Very last screenshot?
That
one.
Yes, basically. No, that's indicating that you went up a level.
Oh, okay.
But you don't do anything for the coin flipping. It's just one side is heads, one side is tails.
You don't do anything in the gameplays. You just watch what happens, the outcome.
So I had that exact same question after playing for nearly an hour and a half, and I'm like, "What the fucking fuck?" So I went on the Steam discussion forums, and I was like, "What's up with this?" Apparently, the gameplay or the appeal is getting the different perks and reorganizing said perks around the hexagons are more permanent, or are permanent. The circles are different perks you get as you progress. So the gameplay is reorganizing your skill grid to maximize the points.
Oh, it's one of those games. Okay. Okay.
It has some truly amazing writing. There's a fake Eula in there that's fucking fantastic. There's a scumbag executive that emails you. He'll go, I'm out. Oh, wait, no, I'm back. And you go on a run where you lose like 4 games in a row, and because it's meant to be the ultimate, this incredible, amazing coin that is true random, true 50-50. And they build that up. That's part of the writing in the game. And then you lose 4 in a row, and it's like, that's not random. Here's 20 crystals. Which you then go into the shop, and you can buy perks and shit that you then can put on that grid.
Yeah, okay.
And there's the character select screen, like your hero shooter.
Okay.
It's way more. Even the best like idle games, you're doing something.
Yeah. That's what I'm curious about. Like,
or at least more of a something than reorganizing a fucking perk grid.
Perk grid. Yeah.
This didn't do that, so I just said, "Fuck this!" And like in an hour and a half, I didn't get a single achievement. So fuck that. Real quick, Slingbot Survivors. It's an ass game, but you use little rubber arms to sling your little robot around. It's super neat, but there's basically only one level / biome.
Oh, okay.
And like 2 side quests.
Is it early access?
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought the same thing.
Okay.
So it came out in early access in April.
Okay.
In 1.0 in October.
Okay. Okay.
So, but the other part is that you really aren't that powerful, and unless you're stacking health, you die fairly quickly because the nature of slinging your way around and the level design is relatively narrow tunnels into smaller sort of open areas. You end up flinging yourself through like swarms of enemies.
Okay. Yep.
And you just melt your health away. I got 25 of the 48 achievements in an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay.
So like I'm just like, yeah, bail. It's super neat fun, like from a conceptual mechanical perspective. But there's just nothing very little there to keep you going through it.
Yeah, interesting.
Which is a bummer. Holy fucking shit. Shinobi Art of Vengeance is awesome. When I said Ninja Gaiden Rage Band is about on par for for different reasons, it's on these 2 are on par. Ironic being that they're I don't want to say remakes or whatever of old 8/16-bit ninja franchises, but they kind of are. Incredibly well animated. So like sort of hand-drawn animation. It moves incredibly well. It's much more combat focused than Ninja Gaiden is.
Okay.
So it's more about hit, heavy attack, dodge, roll back, and stuff like that, which when you get into the actual flow, it works incredibly well. It's smart enough to keep it relatively short. I finished it in just shy of 13 hours with almost all the achievements. It has some Metroidvania sort of search action elements, but it's not a fully contiguous map. It is level based, but there's certain areas you can't access until you get certain abilities, which you get basically 80% into the game. And then I went back through and did all the collectibles that I could. Fuck me, there was some that were fucking like there were some traversal challenges that I'm like, I nearly threw something a couple times. I was on Discord calls with a mate of mine, and I'm just trying to do these fucking traversal challenges, just casting the bluest streak possible. But Lizard Cube have done a bunch of stuff. I think they did some work on Streets of Rage 4. They have got this sort of drawn art style down. This might be one of the greatest shots in a video game all year. Basically, you go Super Saiyan and you basically set all of these fuckers on fire, and that happens in the first half an hour. I really, really enjoyed this. I can sit here and keep lobbing different praises at it. You can see 94% on OpenCritic, recommended, median score at 90. It's fucking great. And they were smart enough to keep it relatively short to make it more engaging. And just like, get in, get done, get out. And the other thing, it has some fucking great little Sega references in the levels.
Okay.
There's a billboard similar to this one where it's got I don't know who the 3 are. I'm pretty sure one of them's Yu Suzuki, and it just has on the billboard Legends, And I'm like, that's fucking sick. Sectori, have you ever played Geometry Wars?
Not for a while, but yes.
Did you want to play a Geometry Wars game that is basically being ear fucked and eye fucked at the same time?
Okay.
I'm dead serious. That's what this is. Like, you can see the very clear Geometry Wars inspiration from the enemy shapes.
Mm.
It's a dual joystick shooter. You pick up power-ups as you go through. There's particle effects going off all over the place.
Mm.
And when you play it on the intended difficulty, it gets to a point where you can barely see what the fuck's going on.
Mm.
And then you get to the bosses, and they're fucked. And like, you get to the bosses, they pull from a pool of about 4 or 5 bosses, and you get a random one.
Oh, okay. So it's
So-
not a okay.
yeah.
So it's not a linear thing. Okay.
It's sort of linear to an extent. And like, the level evolves over time. It's not the same box that you get for Geometry
okay.
Wars.
Yeah. Okay.
It might start off like this, and then it'll evolve into different, there you go, different shapes, like a bigger hexagon, this
okay.
fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put in red instant kill spots, where if you're there when they spawn properly, because they've got shields, not lives.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
If you're in, doesn't matter if you've got all 3 shields still, if you're in one of those red sections, dead, run ended.
God. Okay.
So I'm like, fuck you. Yeah, it is a very neat one of those if you want to play one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It is just, like I said, it's getting constantly eye and ear fucked. There's like a really trance techno heavy soundtrack, suits it very well, not my thing, and the particle effects just get in the way all over the joint.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they can turn into like a piece of art in a way and just go, well, it looks great. I just have no idea what the fuck's going on screen, so therefore there's no point playing what I have no idea what's going on.
And so the upgrade system is kind of, and this, I don't know if this comparison is going to work for you. It's kind of like Gradius, the old side-scrolling shooter, where when you pick up an upgrade, there's kind of a menu with options.
Okay.
And the next upgrade will go up, and then you choose to cash in.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think I get you.
But the only problem is those upgrades don't feel as powerful as perhaps they should. So, I've fallen off it. This is another one I've got a fuckload written about, but I'm not going to talk about it for very long. Battlesuit Aces. It is a story-heavy card game. It is way more story-heavy than I thought it was. Because in the space of 45 minutes that I played it, I had 4 card fights. And they did not last very long. So if you like space anime and Star Trek and card fights, you'll like Battlesuit Aces. I got bored. Moving on. Spindle. Sort of a Zelda-like. Very simplistic exploration, combat, stuff like that. I got to a point where I was pushing, you had to do something with blocks of coal on fire to melt snow. I couldn't figure out what something was, so I was pushing it around, and because of the size of it and the shape of it, it kept slipping around me. So I got infuriated. I just got infuriated, said fuck this, and bailed. And in 6 hours, over 6.5 hours, I didn't get a single achievement. It's like you end up... The weirdest thing about this is how it starts. You see a kid and a dad/grandpa sitting on a log, fishing, and then the old character disappears, and then the boy becomes deaf.
Okay.
Fuck knows how. And there's a little pig helping you.
The pig looks cool.
And you find... the pig is cool. You can control the pig after a point. You're taking lost souls to Karen, or Charon. But Charon looks like Willy Wonka. It's fucking weird.
Okay.
I have no better way to explain it than that. It looks quite nice. Like, it's got a really nice sort of pixel art, sort of polygonal art style. And, like, it's quite pleasant to play up to a point. It really guides itself quite well up until a point where it's like, hey, go find this next soul. Where? Oh, we don't know. So I ended up looking that up, and then that should have been my first giveaway of, nah, fuck this. Anyway, Monsters are coming. The only reason I'm talking, I played this on the Sunday special of Friday Night Fun that I did last week.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it there. I have since fallen the fuck off.
I enjoyed it there. It was a bit of a clue to the next bit of your scene.
So, it's kind of a dual-layered arse game.
Okay.
You have this town hall that you are continually building upon during a run. Like, you're attaching different weapons to it, different buildings that give you perks, shit like that.
It isn't. I assume it doesn't move though. It just
no, it moves.
Oh, it moves. Okay.
It's continually moving.
Okay.
You're running around trying to get resources, so like whether it be wood or rock or coin, and you also auto shoot as well. So it's two different. The towers auto shoot, and you auto shoot.
But you're picking up materials to upgrade the building, the base building to. Okay.
So as you get wood, it's not particularly clear here because this isn't a screenshot from the final version, but the wood has its own level.
Okay. Yep.
Which governs the firing rate of the towers.
Okay.
And then you pick up blue gems and deposit them. That influences the normal level like it would any other arse game.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you're guiding or escorting the town hall through these different checkpoints through to the Ark.
Okay.
Which is this very super special, I don't know, endpoint. The problem is that after you unlock the first 4 town halls, the other 6 are hidden behind fucked up grinds.
Okay.
So it's like, like one of them is deposit 500 wood in a run. And I'm like, there's no count on screen that does that. That shows you how many you get. So, like, I've fucking really enjoyed the moment-to-moment playing of it. It felt really good to move around. It does the thing that I have the problem with most arse games. It solves that problem by giving you multiple things to do. But then you don't get the unlocks to keep the momentum going. Yeah. So, like, it solves one problem, but fucks itself on a different one.
Yeah, okay.
It's truly neat from that arse game perspective in isolation. But when you think about, so there's an upgrade screen. So that's the grid you have to build this town hall.
Okay, and that just happens mid run. You'll go into this thing and do what you need, and then come out back to the other.
Every time you level up. Holy fuck! This dude's got like 49, nearly 50,000 gold. Anyway, yeah, it's super neat in isolation in a vacuum, but when you take it out of that vacuum and look at the meta progression, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. Moving on. Kingdom of Night. Hack and slash pixel art game that is one of the slowest hack and slash games I've ever come across. Like, it's super fucking slow. It's set in the 1980s in Arizona. It's like high school kids. Fitting every stereotype of a high school kid. And then all of a sudden, monsters come and they're just like, monsters, eh? All right, we better deal with them. Like, how are you not freaking the fuck out? But its pace bored the fuck out of me. So I dropped it. Moving on. Like I said, I've got, I don't know, maybe 150, 200 words written for it. But moving on. Possessors was Heart Machine's last game after Hyper Light Breaker.
Oh, that's it. Okay, yeah, gotcha, yeah.
Yep. So this was a search action Metroidvania. Very interesting, or at least engaging in the first play session. But going back to it, it was like, oh man, fuck this. Like, the fast travel points are like really quite in weird places in getting to them. It's a bit of a mission. The map is okay, but it only shows the rough outline of an area, not the individual pathways. So you're like, I need to get down here. How the fuck am I over here? How do I get... It has a fucking amazing art style, though. Well, I think it looks fantastic. The combat is fine. It's kind of going Souls-ish a little bit. But it's fine. That's about all you can say before. And I still have at least another 4 search action Metroidvania games, including Silk Song. Fine's not going to cut it. Cross Blitz. Remember how I said Battlesuit Aces was a narrative card game? This is a narrative card game that does it right. So 2 different modes. There's Fables, which is like you get 6 characters. Each of them have their own 3-chapter narratives.
Mm-hmm.
The problem becomes is that the first chapter of the pop star, Violet, who is her, took me 4 hours. That was going... Fuck. So I ended up... Each battle you go into, there's accolades or challenges.
Mm-hmm.
I misread one in a way that I was like, how the fuck? And then I ended up having to progress a little bit, get an item, go back, and I did it like that. Some of the accolades were tied to RNG, though, as well, because I needed to have a certain card block damage. And across 24 turns, across 3 attempts at a fight, I didn't see that card once.
Mm.
And then on the fight, I got it. I got 3 of them in the same turn. So I'm like, you fucker. But it's got like a really neat pixel art style to it. It's written really quite well.
Mm.
The card battling system is interesting, or at least fun to engage in. It's got this, the hexagonal grid-based movement. When you click the different hexes, they bounce.
Okay.
So that's really neat. And there's also, what the fuck is it called? I need to scroll down a bit. Tusk Tales, which if you've played like there it is. That's the map for Tusk Tales. If you've ever played Slay the Spire, it's kind of that. But you have this big map. The map doesn't seem quite as big as it looks.
Okay.
And you get into an area. You work up your like pathway choices to lead to a final boss. I did the first one, finished it in like 22 minutes.
Yep.
But if I think about trying to do all of the Fables, get all the accolades, and do this is fucking a good 100 hours. And like, it's good. I might try and stick with it, but it might be something I just stick to playing on the laptop or something. What I just tried to click on return to my games on the call. It's a good thing I didn't accidentally click the fucking the phone. That would have been bad. Last but not least, Absalom. Take a beat 'em up, put it in a roguish game. Basically, it's a really like neat beat 'em up. Like it has really fun and interesting combat. It can be because it's got like timed sort of blocks and parries. Not exactly parries, but sometimes they can come out really weirdly after attack strings.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
But that's probably that and the amount of health you get late in a run. I was finding that by the time I was hitting the third, there's one island you start on. You then have a choice to go between 2, and then it boils down to the last one, which is the main city where you fight the bad guy. And then I was finding I wasn't getting much health there in that last, and so I could barely get to the boss. So I used the assist functionality and turned enemy damage all the way down. So I've done the beating of the bosses. But again, I think some of these .emu, so people who worked on Streets of Rage 4, it's fucking great. I really enjoyed it. The characters are pretty unique as well, but also fun to play as. It looks great. The fucking stories and music is typical fantasy shit. Like, if you've ever heard, or if you've ever watched a fantasy movie and heard the score, and it's like all lutes and violins and stuff, it's this. But the playing of it, punching like gnomes, not just to single out gnomes as a gnome racist, but still, punching gnomes is really satisfying. That's it. And I watched the new Knives Out movie. That movie's great. It's not as good as the first one, though.
There's 3 of those, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
So there's Knives Out was the original, then Glass Onion, a Knives Out story, which that one's got Batista being basically an Alex Jones gun nut, which is fucking hilarious. And Wake Up Dead Man is the new one where Benoit Blanc goes to like a rural New York church to try and figure out what happened to a death in a murder. All of them are very clever, but I still feel like the first one was the peak. Anyway. Thank you for sitting with me through that. And the sad part is that could have gone fucking twice as long.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, fucking goddamn video games. Hey, what are you even playing?
All right. I've been playing 3 games. We'll come back to the first one last.
Fucking hey.
And we'll skip down to the second one, which is just Eruxom Stolen Dream. I'm still just plugging through that. Yeah, I've talked about that a fair bit, so...
Just keep. Is there nothing's changed like in your?
I've now got to a section of the game where I'm now controlling 3 characters.
Oh, shit.
So it's not to the same, how to describe it, complexity level, for the want of a better term, than the mini games were, like
well, those had you like fucking 8.
Yeah, but also what you're doing in those games, you had the ability to go into what they call shadow mode, where you could basically plan out your moves from each of the your 3 or 4 characters. This hasn't got that at all. So if you're doing to have a thing where you need to have one character do something to then allow another character to do something, you've actually got to do it quickly, manually. Who's that character, and then do the action with that character. And most of the time,
that window, it fucks it.
Most of the time, it's enough a window that they're all fine. I think they understood. Okay. They understand what they were asking players to do. So there's nothing really that I've come across that says, "Oh, that's just not that you've got to get the timing exactly right." Just hasn't been that much so far. But really, it's just a case of like if you look at like this bit here, for example, you've got ability to climb over. Like some characters can climb stuff like this fence. This pole here might be one that another type of character can climb up, but character A can't. The other one I've just recently got is that a character can swim, but the other 2 can't, sort of things. So that's where your puzzle element comes from, to get the 3 characters to progress through the level. So yeah, that's really where it comes from.
Is the story holding up?
Yeah, it's holding up pretty well. And the one thing I thought they were going to do, they did in fact do, but they did it in a way that I didn't think they would do, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, because that's what I said about like if you've ever seen zombie fiction, like with Dying Light.
Yeah.
There's a turn.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise.
Yeah, but when there was, I thought they were going to do a particular thing, and they did do it, but they did
it in a different way.
Just a way that I didn't think they would sort of do it. So yeah, it ended up being okay. The last game will come before we jump out. The first one is Terminator 2D No Fate, which I have played not much of, half an hour or so. This game is something I'll play in short bursts, because I think that's all you could really play it in. But
it's also apparently really quite short too.
It is. I think it's only probably 3 or 4 hours, if not maybe a bit longer than that. But in terms of the story mode, because there's a story mode in this thing. So this game is basically, as you can kind of imagine, it's based on Terminator 2, the movie. And you're playing, in the story part so far, you're playing as Sarah Connor, hence why the screenshot where I'm shooting at the helicopter.
Wait a minute, Sarah Connor was in a psych hospital in Terminator 2.
That's it. But so you're playing as her. In the story bit, there's also seems to be some allusion to an alternative story mode, which I'm curious about. I think maybe that unlocks when you've done the story mode first. They've also got, I don't know if they've actually got, no, they don't have screenshots on here. There's a what's I'm looking for? A run-based mode. There's level select stuff. There's challenges. There's S rank, A rank, that sort of usual stuff. But what set this game apart is the visuals are really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's one of these pixel art games that you couldn't have done when this game would have come out 20, 30 years ago.
But it's what your mind tells you these things look like. Look
like now. And there's explosions that just look absolutely awesome, and the soundtrack's absolutely good. So it does a lot of things right. But yeah, I don't think there's a necessary lot of... They've added a lot of replay into it by doing different modes and stuff, but I'm not too sure if that longevity is really there without those modes, if that kind of makes sense. So yeah, it's a neat little thing, but it's
John.
Yeah, it's also it follows the movie pretty much beat for beat. They don't have it in here. Like there's
you got the sewer run.
When you get, but that's not.
Oh hey, it is this. All right, there's the psych hospital.
Yeah. And like you've got this. This is not part of the story bit so far. This is in one of the. I can't remember what the mode they call it, like the run mode that I was talking about, the endless mode thing. So yeah, it's a lot of modes in it, but yeah, it's pretty solid. I mean, I'm actually kind of enjoying it. So
yeah, I've got this. It probably, because I'm an idiot and I play games in mostly chronological order. And because this is the last game that came out that I've bought, so I might get to this maybe closer to Game of the Year. We'll see how we go.
But yeah, it's neat. I reckon it's visuals of it are great. The soundtrack's great. Controls are fairly standard, as you can imagine.
Yeah,
like it's got.
But as long as it works,
it works. I mean, it really does work, really do well. So yeah. So let's come back to the first game.
I saw this pop up because I think I might have been off work. I might have just.
Yeah, I think I started playing it. I started playing it on Steam because I'll get to where I actually started playing it on Tuesday, I think. Tuesday, Wednesday? I can't remember what day it was. When I actually started playing it. But anyway, yeah, go on. Sorry.
So yeah, I saw this come up. I'm like, huh. And the first thing I thought of, I think I might have actually been streaming when it came up, and I'm like, huh. I wonder how he's going to handle the parry timing.
So that's the thing. So what I did first, I didn't buy it on Steam initially. It was on Game Pass.
Yes, it is.
So I downloaded it on Game Pass, and actually played it on the Xbox. The first time I played a game on Xbox in like this year, I think. For the express purpose of trying to find out if I was going to like the combat. Let's just put the combat up in quoted commas, because
the turn-based combat's fucking awesome. But if you struggle with the timing on the parry, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, and so I'm playing on the easiest mode, whatever they call it, story or whatever, explorer, whatever they call the easiest one, and I'm finding it absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So if like just to give, this is one of the actually a screenshot that I took. So it's a turn-based game. This is where I'm just playing as God, what's that character's name? Fuck, Luna, something like that.
Yes.
And there's two characters, you can't see the other one, but she's off to the left. So you can see Gustav attacks. So you've just got it's the standard turn-based stuff. So you've got this. You've got an attack. You've got a free aim option as well that takes up. They don't call them action points, but they call them something else, which is basically the same thing. What do they call them?
They may as well be called action points.
They're the same thing, but they've got a different name for them. Chances or something, I think they call them. Can't remember. Or charges or something. I can't remember.
Charges.
I think it might be charges. So I mean, essentially they've got the same thing. You've got X number per player, per character, and they can gain some of the things the skills you've got can give you buffs to get you more stuff back. Blah 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 blah. Your attacks can do obviously an immediate damage in the moment, or they can do one of
elemental damage.
Elemental damage is all. They can also do per turn damage afterwards as well.
Yep.
So they've got all that pretty standard stuff when it comes to that. I think if you then most of the time they're the battles. Then most of the time you're in this sort of over the shoulder third person, extremely linear exploration process, where you're basically going from A to B to get to the next.
There is some exploration off the beaten path, but it is fairly linear.
It's fairly linear. Going off the beaten path is going to find you upgradable components, but nothing story related.
You find a treasure chest and then you take the path back.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So that's the sort of linear part of it, and you'll come across in the middle of this as you're doing this sort of linear third-person exploration. You just come across enemies in the environment, and you just walk after them and you start a battle. It's fairly. And if you do an attack on them first, you get a first strike on them, which gives you first turn, which is all cool. Once you've played that for a bit, you open up essentially this open world.
Yeah, the overworld.
Overworld sort of thing, and this behaves exactly the way you expect it to. Like, you can walk up. You can see the top right of the screenshot. We've got some enemies up in here. You walk up to them. You start a battle. Fairly straightforward. You can also just go, fuck that, I'm going to walk around them and completely avoid them. So you've got all that sort of stuff. It's got the same sort of mechanic, I think, to a degree that some of the various Dark Souls games have. We walk up to camps, and that's where you can rest to get all your health back.
It respawns all the enemies, though.
Respawns all the enemies. It's also where you can upgrade your skills. Upgrade your own character with points into 5 categories, which I don't think any of them actually. Yeah, so it's attack, essentially health, attack, defense, luck and speed, I think, are the 5. So
Yes.
luck essentially gives you critical hit chance increasing sort of thing.
Speed is what governs the how many turns you get.
How many turns you get.
Or how often you get a turn.
How often you get a turn. So
which wasn't a problem until I got to the fucking last optional boss who had a massively high speed statistic. Fucking bastard.
So when I played it on the Xbox, the idea behind playing the Xbox was just to play it to see how I was going to cope. To see if I was going to... Essentially, to see how I was going to go with the timing-based stuff. There are some that I just cannot get at all. I just can't get I can't get the... So there's 2. There's a dodge and a parry. Dodge just exactly does what it says. You dodge it, you don't take any damage. That's all cool. But a parry is exactly what it sounds like. You parry it, and then you can also basically... In some cases, you do an immediate counter. That's not... That's, I think, set, like it just happens. I don't think you...
That's generally if the enemy has a chain of attacks, and you parry each one, it'll go, wow!
Yeah. So there's some attacks, like they've only just started playing, and they actually just started playing in this environment. And there's a couple of enemies in there that are just way too fast for me at the moment to get the timing right for parrying. But for the most part, I'm finding the parry stuff actually okay.
I think there might actually be an ability to open the parry window as well in the assist options.
I think I have done that as well. I think from memory, or I've done something in there as well. But so yeah, like in terms of like my biggest concern playing whether I was going to enjoy this game is going to be that part of it.
Yep.
Whether that was such a critical part to it that if you didn't get that damn pot, you're not going to win any battle. And so far, you don't need to parry every single thing. You just don't. Obviously, that will probably, I imagine that will change later on, but on the level I'm playing at, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But that was my biggest concern with whether I was going to enjoy that stuff or not. I enjoyed it. I played it for about 3 hours on the Xbox, and okay, I'm okay with this. I'm going to jump onto the PC. Bought it on PC. On the PC with my machine's not as grunty as yours, but the game itself runs fine. The cutscenes are stuttering like there's no tomorrow. Which is really frustrating because I think the cutscenes are quite decent, like in terms of how they're
framed really well. They're shot
beautifully
really well.
Yeah, the voice acting is great. The music, it's by the Game Awards. It's really, really good. So I've got to try and figure out why the cutscenes are stuttering so bad on this machine, because they really shouldn't be. It's running off an SSD, so it really shouldn't be, or an NVMe even, so it's not even SSD. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to like about it.
It was really funny when you sent me the message. I was like, I didn't say anything to you when I saw you playing it because I'm like, I'm gonna let this play out, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. But then you sent me a message like after about an hour or something. You're like, that Clair Obscur is pretty good, eh? And I'm like, I can hate this.
I knew I was gonna like a lot of it, but if I didn't like the combat, I would have just walked away from it.
And because like combat is such a big part of that thing.
Yeah, I mean you're doing, like as I said, if you're in this like over the shoulder moment, like that might only go for maybe 10 minutes or so, 20 minutes before you sort of hit not necessarily a boss battle, but you're out of this sort of mode.
Some kind of elite or something like that.
Something. And you're probably doing half a dozen battles in that period of time. Most battles last, 5 minutes tops? If that. So you're not playing for a lot of time. I've only had one issue where one of the characters died out, but I didn't lose the battle because the other character was able to continue on.
And you get items that allow you to revive. Luna gets the ability to revive as well.
Yeah, so I mean the thing that they've got, as you said, so you've got your abilities, your 5 abilities or 5 stats points. You've got things they call Pictos, which are basically essentially they're buffs that I haven't quite figured out yet, and maybe you can explain to me. Like, there's one I got early on. I think the very first one you get is something called Dodge or something like that.
Yep.
And it says something like if you win battles with this thing in a row, it levels up, but it's not leveled up yet. So I don't know.
So it's not.
Have you actually got to use it?
There's 2 elements to level up for it. They each have their own level. which as you find more of them, it levels it up. But if you win, I don't know if it's I can't remember if it's in a row, but I didn't lose too many battles. Or if I did, it would just reload anyway. So like, if you win like 3 battles, you then, because they played kind of like cards. Or they're equipped kind of like cards.
Yeah.
And then you have a certain number of picto points, for lack of a better term. Once you've won those fights, you can apply them to the character, to that specific character, or to any character without having to equip the card.
Yeah, you get Yeah, so some can some just happen. Some are equipable. Some But I haven't quite figured out why some of them haven't seemed to have leveled up, even though I've done what I thought it said I need to do to level up. If that makes sense. So I was looking at that a bit more to see what's going on.
I'd need to see a specific example or something like that. But I
might just have misread it. Misread as to what it meant. Yeah. But and we'll probably do a bit of spoiler stuff. This area here, you're after a character. You've set this up again. You've set this up a little bit, but so the very opening. So I played it on the Xbox for about 3 hours just to get the combat right and see what it's like. And then I played through that first opening couple of cutscenes. And the very first cutscene where it's probably not a spoiler because it's happening that you can't really avoid it. But
I don't think it's a spoiler in the first half hour.
Yeah. So a character that you don't even play as them, you just interact with them. Called what's her name? Fuck. Shit.
It's Gustav's girlfriend.
Emily, I think her name was. I think
something like that.
But she wasn't really. I don't know what really. It was a bit vague as how it was. But she was turning 33 on a particular day, which happens to be the day this paintress paints a number on a faraway island, and whatever number that reads is, I think she's always been going down. That person, people of that age, basically, they just die. And they just sort of go, they disappear into...
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, exactly what it is. They just sort of, filter away and fall away. And it's the way that whole thing's done and shot is presented is just brilliant. Like it's
fucking well done.
It's basically like it's the same level of you. I don't know if you had the same reaction to me when you played the very first Last of Us, and in the opening bit, you're like the opening.
When you're with the daughter.
With the daughter, and the guy basically shoots you, whatever. So that sort of you've only literally been playing it. Not even been playing it. You've been watching it for like 5 minutes.
Some playing, but
a bit of playing in that, but not much. But like in that opening sort of cutscene that sets up everything just brilliantly.
Fucked.
It's fucked. And you're basically trying to, with a group of about what I thought was only going to be like Expedition 33. I thought was only going to be like the way they're sort of describing it was only like 3 or 4 people on this expedition, but no, there's like 30 people on it. Most of them in the first, in a particular scene, they don't last very long at all.
No, they do not.
So
that's where the 3 or 4 comes from.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what I thought. So
did you run into the mime before you took off? Before the gomage happens. So as when you're running around before that cutscene you're talking about.
It's like a festival kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. As there's a corner you can turn where there's multiple optional, for lack of a better term, boss fights against basically mimes.
No, I didn't see that.
And it's your first real get-fucked combat moment.
Oh, okay, interesting, okay. No, I didn't do that. No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does... The praise that the game got at the Game Awards, which wasn't what triggered me to do this. It wasn't. That was never. I knew this. You've praised this game a lot throughout most of the time most of this year. So I knew what the game was about.
Yeah.
I knew it was very good at what it did. So that's no problem. But I think the game. How do I describe this? How do I phrase this? It's not doing anything particularly new.
Not really, no.
It's a turn-based game, so it's got the turn-based mechanics in it. We've just gone through.
It's basically a JRPG.
It's basically a JRPG. You've got your open world, this sort of traversal thing, overworld stuff. You've got your not quite random encounters, but your encounters you can walk up to and engage with in this mode.
Be careful when you engage in combat encounters in that open world, because holy fuck, you'll run into some ones where you just get absolutely fucking stomped.
Oh shit, you can. And obviously you've got the same thing when you're on this third person view.
Not so much.
Not so much
Because
in this one.
In the individual levels,
they're more around your level.
they're more suited to your level.
Yeah, and based on the stories, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like, for me, it's a bit like the very first Horizon Zero Dawn game, where they had they did a bunch of open world survival stuff games.
Yeah.
Put a bunch of things in, but actually kind of got the mix right. That's what
the
these
trappings
guys
are relatively familiar, but it executes really, really well, and it's got its own unique frame.
Yeah, but the thing that really sets this game apart is the story.
Yeah.
The game itself is nothing particularly amazing.
No.
I
really enjoy it, but
it does it exceptionally well. Don't get me wrong,
Hmm.
but I think the praise of this game is saying it's a masterpiece. No, it's just fucking good. People are saying it's a masterpiece. I just don't think they've done something new. No, they haven't. But what they've done is they've got the combination absolutely spot on. That's what gives them absolute credit for.
The newness and the inventiveness for me was in the way it uses the different environments. Like where you had that screenshot underwater, like basically you're underwater, but it's not behaving like it's underwater.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, like
you're just running fucking normally.
Like you see,
whoa, this is fucked. This is weird.
There's bubbles up there. Look, you're underwater, but you're not struggling to breathe. You're just running around like
and you're not swimming. It's just
you're not swimming. Yeah.
So that's where, to me, that's where the inventiveness comes. Is that because they've got this relatively fantasy-based setting, they let their imaginations go wild on what the environments you're traversing look like. The actual mechanics of it, they're not that unique.
No.
They're not that original. They are incredibly well executed.
Absolutely, 100%.
But when you combine the quality of the execution, the quality of the writing, and that inventiveness of the look, that's where it all comes together.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to say it's revolutionary. I'm not going to say, I think it's fucking incredible.
No, 100% agree.
I think once you get through the fucking gut punches that happen in the story, that's, as you progress through and get those moments, that's where the masterpiece is a fucking title, is a lofty sort of like descriptor that gets thrown around a lot. Does this game deserve that? Because I've seen through the end. It's the closest thing for me that would come to it this year that I've seen. Because of just how well it executes on all the different elements.
That's what I'm sort of getting at. It's not done anything unique in itself, other than the environment. The world's obviously unique because the story's unique. That's a given. But the actual gameplay and the what you're doing moment to moment, like it's a JRPG. We just mentioned it. It's got all the mechanics of one of those. But as you said,
because it doesn't have the extreme anime bullshit.
It
made me
interested
the story in JRPGs.
It's the story, it's the setting, it's the environment, and everything about it, and the way they're telling the story is that's where it really shines. And the stuff underneath it, the gameplay itself, while incredibly good, is nothing particularly like it's not doing anything new, but it's doing it incredibly well. So I'm looking forward to. I mean, it's probably going to be. It's a game I'm going to try and get through the most between now and our Game of the Year stuff, and I'll hope to be able to do that. Just have to see how things go, but that's the plan. Is to finish it with it, completely finish it, and get to the end of it. So, but yeah, it's. So I actually technically have played that game for 6 hours overall, but only 3 on PC. But I'm enjoying it so far, and hopefully the combat doesn't drive me down too much to the point where I have to walk away from it. But so far, so good.
I think there are enough assist options to help really open that parry window up. To make it manageable.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. So cool.
Yeah, that game's fucking awesome.
It is awesome. No, absolutely. So that will do us for our games. We'll jump into this.
Dance party. Stationary dance party.
So we're on a break, podcast-wise, for about 6 weeks, give or take. Back into January. for our Game of the Year for 2025. We'll let you know close to the time what that's going to be. Steve will probably do that through his various streams that he does via his twitch.tv/AnimStarship.
There you go.
Do a follow, get his notification when he goes live, which he'll probably be doing, I'm guessing, shortly, potentially after we've
in about an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half, so you'll probably get
about time recording.
You'll get another one shortly, so that'll be cool. We're going to try and get through Split Fiction over the break as well. We think more than halfway. Half-ish. We're thinking. We're not really 100% sure, but we think we're about halfway through. So hopefully maybe 2 or 3 more sessions of that will be done. So that'll be hopefully going up over the next couple of weeks as well. I'm on leave. You're on leave. So we've got more opportunity to do that than we would have normally. So that's how we'll hopefully get it all done. Hopefully. But until then, anything else from you? No. Cool. Bananas.
I'm going to do I'll do holiday hangouts where I'm trying to make progress through fucking games I'm trying to get done for the Game of the Year. We'll see how that works out.
Alrighty. Until then, keep an eye out for the YouTube channel for Steve stuff. Keep an eye out for the next podcast end of January. And until then, have a good one, and we'll see you around.
Bye-bye.